After over 9 years of leadership as the Executive Director of the Foundation for Civil Society, Mr. John Olanga requested the Board of Directors to let him pursue his future career objectives. Speaking in early 2015 as the outgoing Executive Director of the FCS, Mr. Olanga elaborates on the things that the Foundation is proud of regarding their impact on the Tanzanian community so far.
The Foundation was created for the purpose of strengthening capacity of civil society organizations in Tanzania, and through strengthened capacity, enable citizens to engage effectively in policy and governance processes. So if you look back during my period, I can see we, as the Foundation for Civil Society, we really have been able to live up to that vision of really making sure that civil society organizations have capacity, and through the capacity of civil society organizations, citizens are engaging. And you could see, if you compare 10 years ago and now, you could see citizens are more confident, more capable, and more empowered to engage and demand their rights, ask questions, and take accountability, take responsibility for their actions, and hold their leaders accountable. So I think we have been able to live up to the vision for what the Foundation was created. When the Foundation was created in 2003, when we started the operations, the assumption is we have created, although it was created as a grant-making mechanism, whereby you provide funding to civil society organizations and then they address their capacity challenges, etc., etc. But if you look at what we have achieved now, it's much more than that. We have achieved that, to create an institution which plays a convening role. That means it brings together civil society organizations. It plays a brokerage role. That means facilitating dialogues between various actors like members of parliament and civil society organizations, you see, development partners and civil society organizations, government and civil society organizations, which was actually beyond what was conceived. What was conceived was strengthen the capacity of civil society organizations through grant making, you see, and allow them to operate. But then we have achieved much more than what was conceived, and that makes us proud as Foundation for Civil Society. If you look at our program that we have both in Zanzibar and in the Union Parliament, whereby every year we facilitate dialogues between members of the Parliament or members of the House of Representatives in Zanzibar and civil society organizations. This is not something that was conceived that will happen, but it has happened because over time the Foundation has gained confidence of its grantees that it can be a neutral convener and facilitator. It has gained confidence of the other governance structures like the Parliament and the House of Representatives. So now, for example, in Zanzibar and in Dodoma, every year such meetings are happening under the leadership or the facilitation of the Foundation for Civil Society. That's one of an example that I can say makes us proud as Foundation for Civil Society. If you look at the various outcomes under the key result areas, we are saying there's policy engagement, we are saying another key result areas, governance and accountability, and strengthening capacity of civil society organizations. If you look at all those three, there's a lot that we've achieved. But what makes me proud is when I go out there when I was executive director of the Foundation, you go out there and you see a woman feeling proud to having obtained a title for the piece of land that she was stealing without having any official ownership of that piece of land. When you go out there, you see people with disability saying, because of the work of the Foundation for Civil Society, people with disability now have better access to services, have better reception from government officials, have better capacity to organize themselves. You see, when you go out there, you see orphans who are saying, because of the support that the Foundation for Civil Society gave to various civil society organizations, they've been able to mobilize the communities around them. And the communities have mobilized resources, funding and other type of resources to enable them to go to school. And therefore, they could be better beings in the future as opposed to if they had not gotten any support that came indirectly from the Foundation for Civil Society. So the impact on human lives and human well-being, that's what makes me the most. Let me probably say what issues that I advise the sector. First is to emphasize that you cannot have equitable development in any society, be it Tanzania, United States of America, or Kenya, or any other country. You cannot have equitable development or equitable growth without active and effective role of civil society sector. I usually have been saying that the role of the government has always been to provide effective institutions. The role of private sector has been to provide efficiency in production of goods and services. And the role of civil society sector has been or will always be to provide or to fight or to advocate for equity in these processes of growth and processes of development. So my advice is stay the course. Even probably with a greater force and greater momentum, because the challenges ahead are probably much more than the challenges before us. I think for my successor, I would say he's joining the right institution, he has the right team, he has the right governance structures, the stakeholders have confidence in the foundation. So he is joining the foundation at a very right time, and he should take advantage of the right institutions, the goodwill that we have, to actually push us even further, push the foundation to even greater levels, and that will be my pride. When I look at what we are doing maybe 5-10 years to come, and I say I contributed a little, but someone else came and took it even to a greater and higher level. When you are in a business of, I usually call it a business of giving free money. Grant making is you are giving free money to institutions. There are challenges, you see, because you have to ensure that you are identifying the right institutions, you see, and they're implementing what they are saying. But there is only one way that has kept the foundation going throughout, and I think that's the thing that I am sure my successor will emphasize on: integrity. Integrity, to ensure that we have integrity in our systems, integrity in our decisions, integrity in our morality. My name is John Ulanga. I thank you very much.